This is Chase Knight, chasebt694 playing um, Twilight Struggle against EarthBowser in the Reddit World Cup. This is a Sweet 16, so we both have moved into out of round pool play. We bid for sides. I won the flip for Russia. We both bid one, so he'll get one extra influence. Looking at our hand, don't have a great opening hand. Social governments is our really only big 3-op card. I'd like, if I could, to say 5-year plan. It's kind of nice we can get rid of CIA early, but there's not a whole lot of ops there that worries me depending on what's going on. So I'd love to throw socialist government and coup Italy, but I think that they don't have enough ops, so we're probably gonna do a typical coup into Iran and fight for that Middle East slash Asia section. So, so we're trying to hold on to our tournament champion. We won this tournament the first time around, so hopefully we can keep it. EarthBowser, make no mistake, really good. His ranking's on up there. I've seen him in action. He can play. So hopefully he doesn't have a super awesome hand with Red Scare or anything like that, because we'd be up the creek. So we're going to play this one careful, and hopefully we can have some breaks that might go our way. All right, so we're waiting for him to place his influence. If he does something crazy, we'll consider, doing something a little different. I think Cambridge 5 is probably the card I'm going to throw out there, just to see if we can, if he's got Asia or Europe or something that might be able to help us. He's got Middle East, he's playing it. So we'll see. All right, so he gets Middle East, and he gets to start the game off with 4 extra points. And he's got Asia, so we kind of get a little jump start in Asia. It's going to help us a lot. Couple different plays here where you can place this influence. I don't necessarily recommend going straight to Thailand, just because he can coup you. He can coup me in Burma too, but as a non-battleground, I can kind of coup back. The other play there was just go ahead and go straight to India. But I was trying to get a little closer to Thailand to make it easier to get there. So we're going to coup at our 3 ops, and we roll a 6. So maybe we're going to have a little luck this game. So we definitely did get it with our number of ops, but a fantastic roll. So hopefully he can, hopefully he doesn't coup us back too strong here. We'll have a shot. But want to know if we're recording, and we are. Hope you guys enjoy it. So nice. So he had a 4-op card. He rolls a 1, which is huge. It means we'll probably get to keep Israel, not Israel, but we get to keep Iran. And yeah, so that's a big start. We're going to be okay in the Middle East and Asia, specifically Asia. The dilemma here is, do I go ahead and coup with CIA, so to speak, in Israel, knock it down to 2, and then give him the card where he gets this one little op? Because what I don't want to have happen is I don't want him on his next play to play Fidel, and then suddenly I'm stuck with CIA. I have to either play the China card or space 5-year plan. So kind of the dilemma there, kind of what we're looking at. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just coup Israel. So I don't actually want to win the coup. I literally just want to get the DEFCON down to 2. The problem with playing CIA, though, is it gets him he gets to place in Southeast Asia, so he can go ahead and get to Thailand. So we'll just kind of have to see how this goes. If we played it for the event and hoped that he would coup, he could just place his 1 op and then still coup with a bigger card. So that really does a lot of benefit to play it that way. and I would like to keep 5-year plan in my hand in case something goes sour, let's say in Europe, and I could get rid of Europe. Um, or we can turn a 1-op card like a Romanian abdication into a 3-op card, or Truman into a 3-op card. So 5-year plan as Russia is not a bad card. You just have to be careful with it because it can make it easier to DEFCON suicide. So going ahead and getting rid of the CIA makes it less likely that it's going to be something we can't get rid of. So that's kind of where we're at now. So that's what we did, by the way. We did coup. Obviously, the roll didn't work. I don't even think there is a roll. It protects a 4-8. Even I rolled a 6, it's a 7. So literally was no way the roll could work. The only play was to drop DEFCON to 2 and to get rid of CIA. So, and maybe it's a mistake to waste our 1-op in a hand where we don't have a whole lot of ops. But I thought that, trying to secure that access to West Asia, also, making sure we didn't lose Iran. Because a lot of times, not saying it doesn't, a lot of games Iran will get recouped by USA. But usually the tempo of the game is an early war. U.S. isn't flipping the opening coup that often. They do sometimes. So if you can keep Iran through the early war, you're going to usually keep it for a while, just for the fact that the other targets in the mid-war, Africa and South America, and, sometimes there's a play or two in Asia, with ABM treaty or something, but usually Iran will be left alone. So if you can get past the round 1 battle for Iran, a lot of times you can keep it for the game. It's not always the case. Like everything with Twilight Struggle, everything's always changing. So he's really thinking about his play here. I guess he's trying to, maybe he's got a couple different options of kind of how he wants to play this. He knows that I know that he has the Asia card, but now he also knows the ops in my hand. So we both have information on each other. So I guess at this point, he's really trying to decide, based off the ops I have, can I really push for Asia? So he came up with the conclusion that it's better just to go ahead and take his losses now. So kind of probably the final thing he's thinking about is, all right, he plays into Malaysia. He could take Thailand, but then I could play the China card, take Pakistan and India. So definitely part of the back and forth and kind of the gamesmanship there. So we got 1 point for Asia scoring, and then we immediately gave back that 1 point for defectors. A bit of part of the benefit there is for him was we had to spend a little bit of our time addressing the cooing back and forth. So maybe it was a mistake to not to hold off on CIA and go in Cambodia or something and try to chase the country count. But I think for me because we do have the China card to kind of defend against. If suddenly he played a card which gave us access to the third world. All right, so he plays Suez Crisis, which in my opinion is a mistake the way he just played. He just knocked himself out of the Middle East. So that's huge for us. He can't go back in the Middle East. He's probably going to place all 3 of those into Thailand, I'm guessing. And that might have been his only 3-op card. So he's sitting there going, I want to put 3 ops there so I don't just take it back with a China card. It's the only card he has. So going in and playing Cambodia, sometimes, what that card did for us is it knocked him out of the Middle East, because he countered to take Thailand, and instead he knocked himself out of the Middle East to be able to protect against it. So when you can force your opponent to make decisions to protect against one thing but weaken them somewhere else, sometimes that's half the battle of kind of winning the position in this game. So, all right. So far with our little ops, we're looking okay. I mean, we're okay in Asia. We're great in the Middle East. And then obviously Europe is kind of even with no real play either from either side into Europe. Um, we played um, independent reds, so now we can play Romanian for the event if we need to, which will give us a battleground 3 ops, kind of for D-stall if it comes out or something. And then also we got Indo-Pakistan War, um, and then also 5-year plan, which we're going to kind of keep. So he's placed Truman. Would have liked to get that out of the deck, and he goes into Greece. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and take South Korea, lock it on up. South Korea. A lot of times the swing is Russia. It's nice to get early without having to use the Korean War card. Because a lot of times it'll give you an opportunity to get military ops later in the game or a chance to reflip South Korea. So it's always nice to be able to get South Korea and still have the Korean War card in the deck. Obviously, you think late game, having South Korea makes KOL 007 not as bad of a card for Russia. It'd be a huge card for USA if they have South Korea. So looking at ops, we haven't had a whole lot of ops. We played social governments for the coups, and we've had 1s and 2s, but he's had some scoring cards. So, all right. So he plays blockade, he gets rid of it, and he discards D-stall. So the good news is D-stall's back in the deck, so maybe we'll have a shot at it. Don't know if the play there is to go into Syria or to Lebanon. I was thinking it at least would force him by going into Syria to place 2-for-1 ops. But however, yeah. So probably the better play is still go to Lebanon. So he goes into Syria, he breaks it, and then you still have domination, with it. Everything's still the same. He still has to throw in, an extra op into Syria. So right here, he should be able to go into Syria, and then he can, we're going to do an opening coup or something of that nature. And then he can go into Israel, and then he's kind of back into the Middle East. So, wish we would have had a little more ops so we could have just blockaded the Middle East a little easier. But we worked with what we had. We took some huge strides in Asia, which a lot of times can be the difference in this game. So, all right. So looking at our hand, we've got Europe. We've got 5-year plan, so we could get rid of Europe that way. But right now it's even. I've got Nasser, Olympic Games, Formosan. Want a Space NORAD. So he plays duck and cover. He's gonna get 3 points. So you gotta and drops DEFCON. So, man, so he scored 7 points and basically hasn't even done anything to score. He scored Middle East for 4, and then he scored that for 7. So great job of getting points on his part. Man, so I'm already regretting playing Europe as a headliner. Should have played Nasser and just give me a little bit of an extra tempo in the Middle East. I'd go ahead and have Egypt, make it easier to get Lebanon. I'd still do the same play right now with Israel or Lebanon. It just would have given me a little bit of extra tempo to kind of just battle in the Middle East. So depending on what he does. Um, so we'll get our military ops. Failed the roll. Would have been nice to have won that roll and got 2 points. We were 50-50 on the roll. Lost it. So I'm playing like an idiot right now. So playing Comic Con is not the problem, but you definitely, tempo wise, I didn't need to add one extra into rack. Should have taken Egypt. So kind of my idea was, hey, I'll keep Nasser. I'd rather play it just, for the one op and keep it in the event for later in the deck. Except for I misplayed. You got to take Egypt. So he can take Egypt, and I can, unless he just puts one op in Egypt, which he's not. I was like, oh, I can take him out with Nasser, but I can't. So he's going to play Warsaw Pact. He's going to go into Egypt. We're going to overprotect with Warsaw Pact. And I'm. All right. So if I'm him, I go 2 into Egypt, 1 in Jordan. That's what I would do. All right. So we have. So only good news is hopefully playing Nasser, depending on what he has, ops wise, he just takes Libya. All right. So we go ahead and take Iraq. We put one in Saudi Arabia. We can still make the Egypt play. So my idea here is if he goes into Libya, we go ahead and take Saudi Arabia. All right. And then we'll at least have four to his 2. And then hopefully we can take a non-battleground here. So we could have really, really played this. He's got a 4-op guard. Yikes. All right. We're in a space NORAD. Man, we have misplayed this all together. At least we get our first points of the game. We get 2 points. He's going to space right behind us. He missed it at least. So hopefully we can take one of these. We'd like him to take Egypt and let us take Libya. Discuss of Sadat later in the deck. And hopefully we'll end up also with a Muslim revolution later. Maybe we can throw a couple extra influence and flip some stuff. But we have misplayed the Middle East poorly, very badly. Another 4-op card. All right. So at least we get Egypt, but it's the one country that he doesn't mind giving us just because of just because it's going to flip back to him at some point unless we're able to get rid of it. Typically we can't because it's a 1-op card. So I felt like we played turn one pretty awesome, especially with the opposite we had. Um, and I feel like we played turn two pretty dreadful. Um, should have definitely led with Nasser, and then 5-year plan Europe at the end. Or just played Europe at the end for even, like it is right now. Um, so you do it either way. We do have a way to, um, if we needed to use 3 ops right now, we could anyway. But whatever. So he throws into Colombia as his action round 6 play, which is bad. Wish we had D stall so we could parachute in over the top of them. We've got 2 scoring cards, Middle East and Europe. But we've got decall, so that's huge. We still have 5-year plan. So kind of what I'm thinking here is we can, kind of, play decall. We can go into Algeria, which might be able to let us play into France. Okay, so we have a shot there. Middle East, we can score it right now. So he plays containment. Maybe I should have played Red Scare to neutralize it, but we'll have to just deal with it. But kind of Red Scare was our 1 coup card. So see if we can win. So we got a big 4-op card. $50-50 to take it outright. 67%. So we knock him out and put 1 influence in, but he can just have a 3-op card and take it back. Damn, he gets Marshall Plan back. Oh, all right. All right, so we should be able to score Middle East for domination here. So we'll do that with our next play. And then we can do decall and maybe, have a chance to take France. So we'll play with that. So we can either 5-year plan Europe, because a lot of times after we play decall, you'll see the immediate reaction into France. But hopefully there's 2 reactions. We've got, we'll attack France and Thailand at the same time. So we can flip either one. Um, oh, so 3-op card with containment, so 4-op card. I didn't see him being able to go into Gulf States and Jordan, so he throws it all into the Middle East to make it be to take away our domination. I should have went ahead and scored it though. Well, the all right, so we're battling. Hopefully, we can take France or flip Thailand, depending on what he does. Um, Man, that play in the Middle East there. That's a little gut shot. Thought we at least would be able to score that for domination. All right, but we can still score for 2 points, and we've got 2 points for military ops. So at least we're netting 4 points at this point. All right, so he reprotects Thailand, kind of goes ahead and goes into Brazil. And go ahead and take France. Mm. So one of the other mistakes we made in this hand, we should have immediately played Middle East. So now we're looking at 2 turns, 2 scoring cards, which is awful, dude. It's to save your scoring cards. A lot of times to the end is awful. Sometimes it works out. You can manipulate things and finally get the score in at the end. Happens that way. But now he can also attack places. I can't counter because I have to do scoring cards. So part of always playing Twilight Struggle is that balance of when you play the scoring cards. Um, for instance, we had domination in the Middle East, but we let them catch up by taking some of the non-battlegrounds. When you went to Gulf states. So hats off for him for go ahead and making that play. I don't think a lot of people make that play. But he saw it, neutralized it, which is huge. So now we've got Middle East and Europe. Truman's still in the deck, so we have to worry about Truman, so he could slam into yeah. So it plays Cambridge 5, obviously to have a scorecard. But go ahead and score Europe for 1. We scored it first over the Middle East just for the sheer fact of Europe was more likely to for him to throw influence into France, especially since we're at 3. So we're not overprotected. And now we have to score Middle East. So we can't overprotect France from Truman. So if he has influence, he's got Truman, he's going to slam ops into France, and then Truman is home out. So he plays Skull, which actually helps us out. So it gives us a chance to overprotect a little bit France, but he's definitely, he's another 4-op card. So we score Middle East. He evens up the country count in Asia, and obviously South America is a train wreck down there. He's gotten in there, and he's been able to move around and kind of attack. So spaces Fidel, so he gets us out. Not there. He's kind of picks up the victory point there. All right. So that was so that round was definitely in his favor too. So we've got some brush war. Definitely glad to see that. Missile Envy was, probably the most torn card. I just hate losing to Missile Envy, and this starts to be the time of the game where U.S. is constantly doing things to drop the DEFCON, junta, grain cells, and until you know where we will bear you, you just can't play it as Russia. In my personal opinion, I see a lot of people play it, and they get away with it and whatnot. All it takes is it definitely is a quick way to lose your game, except for it's so tempting to play. So headline wise, we're going to go ahead and play Culture Revolution. Get the China card back. That little extra protection kind of gives us some fight. So he play headlines Southeast Asia. His scores it for 2. So he pops some influence over there at the right time. I do like Che, especially since he's in some non-battlegrounds in Colombia and Uruguay. It might give us a chance to kind of, you know, push a little bit in South America, and also if he goes in some non-battlegrounds into Africa. So with the brush war, some really good choices. We're 50-50 on Thailand, where, you know, we can go 67% in Libya, 67% in Italy. So Italy's just one of those targets. It's hard not to go after Italy, but we might have to try to gamble a little bit in South America. Um, we don't really have. We have the China card we could coup with. But we're all 2-out cards. We'd rather, since he's got multiple non-battlegrounds, I'd rather use Che as the event. So once, all right. So we rolled a 6. Huge roll, fortuitous that the jump ship is into South America, so we might be able to kind of even that out a little bit. All right, so he's trying to set up the realignment in Argentina. So I could throw Che into Chile. We're gonna probably just gamble place 2 into Chile, and then save Che. All right. So he still has a modifier, but even if he does knock us out a little bit, we can go right back in. But maybe we can get a little lucky if he tries to realign here and then not realign us all the way out. Maybe should have went ahead and just played the China card, taken it. Kind of solidified it. Probably might have been the play. Realignment, we do get a victory point. Oh, we're getting knocked out immediately because we rolled a 1. Oh no! Don't do it! Don't do it! Hold strong. Whew. He rolled a 6, but we did too. All right. So now we've got to use the China card. So hopefully we've solidified a little bit in South America. So we went from looking like we were going to be boat raced in South America to now where we hopefully can maybe at some point get June to kind of jump ship on the other half and kind of chip away. But at least we've got an anchor, so to speak, in South America. Plays one small step for the event. He gets 2 victory points. It's kind of a bummer. We're going to go ahead and come on, roll big. We're rolling 1. Nice. And we just knock him out. So for Che, that was pretty ugly. Would have liked to roll a big number in Colombia. And then, we got 2 different places we can get influence in. We can go into Venezuela or Panama. You might go into Venezuela first because right now technically we have domination in South America, even for brief little. Of course, he's got a 4-out card. Okay, so he takes. They took South Africa. We'll go ahead and kind of protect it a little bit. Africa. Just kind of woke me up a little bit when he placed there, which made me think that he had it for a scoring card. Um, looking at our last 3 turns, we've got, a space card, a 2-out card, and an event card. We're definitely going to play Brushwood for the event. We're 50-50 on Venezuela. We're 50-50 on Thailand, 67% on Libya, 67% on Italy. So we got some great choices. Oh no. Okay, so he cues Colombia. It's for the military option. I'm glad he didn't play that for the event though, but he gets to keep it in the deck. So we space. And he spaces that, of course. Would have been a nice card to have. Oh, so he gets to. We're gonna have to show him our headline. Let's go Italy. Let me roll a 2. Unbelievable. Come on. Come on. Ugh. And then he takes. Yep, so now we're even in the Middle East again. Country count. All right, not a great hand. We got Portuguese. Panama doesn't really hurt us. We can play Nixon, giving up the victory points. All right. Well, we still can't play Miss Wimby. All right. Probably play Portuguese Empire. Kind of the idea is give us a non-battleground. So if he tries to go ahead and just get out of it easy. Plus, it's kind of a sneaky way of getting a non-battleground without anybody really thinking you're getting non-battlegrounds. So he does grain cells. Pulls out shuttle diplomacy. So technically, I'd actually prefer him to just go ahead and coup with it versus the event, because it would have swung the Middle East, for example. Oh, so we're back to having big trouble in South America. So we kind of protect Chile for realignment, and that way they can't just plow through us, and so it kind of takes away that isolation. Then we put 2 in Botswana so we can try to further realignment out of South Africa. We still need to definitely manage to get into Pakistan and India too. Definitely at some point should be a priority. So if we need to, also we can still push for the battleground. Oh, So he's got a 4-op card. He rolls a 4, so he flips Botswana. That's annoying. So we're going to play. Nixon plays the China card before he can play the China card. So we'll go ahead and we roll a 1. So, but he gets 2 victory points. But, it's kind of one of those things. I'd rather go ahead and play it when he has the China card, give him the victory points, than have to give him the China card. So, that card's out of the deck at least. So, we both have military ops, so we're not going to miss out there. And we've got Missile MV still, Panama Canal. It doesn't really hurt us to play it, so we'll play it. He plays Arm Race for defense, so he'll get 3 victory points. And he's done a good job at picking up the victory points. Seems like he's definitely had some cards where he could pick them up. And it seems like we've been scrambling. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and go into Pakistan. Go ahead and take it. Also gives us domination back in Asia. Probably will play salt negotiations into India. We got Panama for a point somewhere, and then we're gonna probably space Bear Trap, keep 5-year plan one more time. Maybe we can get South America and get rid of South America with it. Besides that, we're okay. We still don't really have a launching pad in Central America. So the one good thing is we'll see what he does here. As Asia's, I believe we battle for the battleground. I think we can still be on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we can get just India and out in Afghanistan, and then maybe kind of throw one extra in Cambodia, we'll have 8 to 7. We'll be tenuous. We'll still need to do some protecting elsewhere, but we can hold Asia. If he doesn't go after Taiwan, we can take it and give us a little buffer as far as the battlegrounds go. Non-battlegrounds, total battlegrounds. But right now, the most vulnerable, kind of the swing state, in my opinion, is Cambodia because it's a 3-up card. He can flip it. Right now, we don't really have the card that would want to be able to use back. But we're okay. I mean, we'd like nice to have a Muslim revolution or something in the Middle East. So he plays the China card, which gets rid of Formosa finally. And he takes Taiwan, so that's a win. All right, so we definitely made him worry about Asia. So we'll play Salt. Go ahead and take India, which should. Yep. All right. So, kind of one of the benefits here is we forced the action away from South America and Africa. We forced it to Asia. All right. Space bear trap. See if we can catch back up. Nice. So we kind of stop him from seeing our headline, which is nice. Um, maybe should have probably played Panama to go ahead and protect Cambodia. Um, might have been the better play, but it is what it is. Nice. We would have lost early in the round if we would have placed Missile Envy. So would have lost. It was tempting too. If we would have headlined it, he headlined grain sales. He coos, and then he hands us that card, and we lose. Um, so I'm glad we didn't play it. So we've tried to save 5-year plan for a time when we could get rid of a card, but that's what happens sometimes if you get grain sale. We're kind of flush. So at the end of this, we play it. It obviously doesn't discard a card. We just have 3 ops. So the other thing I'm starting to worry about a little bit too is France again. Truman's still in the deck. It got reshuffled. So at some point we got to throw an extra op in France. And we can also take 5-year plan. And part of me kind of wants to go ahead and throw 3 ops in Botswana, but I think the better play is to take Afghanistan so we domination. We've got 1 extra op. Let's protect against the 4 op card into France. So that looks more secure. So we've got domination in Asia. We can still battle down there in Africa. South America and Central America suck. At some point, it'd be nice to be able to get Muslim Revolution or be able to coup into Libya or Egypt. See if we can get an extra country. Try to flip that. So, but we can score Asia for 6 now, which is nice. Looking at what hasn't scored, South America, Central America haven't scored. Africa hasn't scored. Oh no, Voice of America. So he's doing it all into Asia. So we've got Asia and Africa. So awesome news. We've got ABM. We've got NATO, which is a big 4-op card. We've got Bresnan, which we could play to turn in Romanian and summon into 2-op cards. So 1, 2, 3. It's kind of a push. I get 3 ops out of it. And playing as an event, so it's kind of a push. So we're going to play ABM Treaty. And then hopefully they'll give us a chance to prepare. So what we had wanted to do was play ABM Treaty and use that influence to, possibly go ahead and protect that. So now we play NATO, we protect. We would have liked to have cooed there. So he gets that defectors. Man, that was a bad time for that card. So he's got the coup. We'll see what he does with it. We protected Asia, which is awesome since we have a 4-op card. Not a 4-op card, but since we have Asia, so we protected it. And we've got Africa, so we can actually score some points here, which is nice. Other thing we probably are going to try to do is hold NORAD so we can um, space it, get it out of the game. It's always nice to have NORAD out of the game where it's not going to affect you. So he plays Alliance for progress for 4 victory points, so he's up to 10. So let's go ahead and knock him back down. Let's go ahead and score. Let's go ahead and score Asia, I think. He didn't coup, so we need to coup. All right, so it gives us a chance. We can kind of even things back up in South America, or we can coup into Libya. So we're going to try Argentina. That scorecard hadn't come out, and we rolled a 4. So, all right. So at least it forces him to, maybe he doesn't have a 3-op card or something. We don't have a whole lot of, so what we do have the China guard. Um, oh, minor mistake, but he kind of gets away with it. So there's a 3-op card. Go ahead and protect. Like going Czechoslovakia sometimes, getting geared up for late war to kind of protect against the reroll if tearing down this wall comes out. So go ahead and score Africa for 6. So he spaces D-stall and gets it, so he gets the 3 victory points. Man, he has been able to nip up some points. There's 6 for scoring Asia. So Camp David gives him a victory point, but then we have to protect Israel back, and we'll have 1 extra op. Once again, man, I've wanted to do something down there in Africa, and just haven't had tempo to be able to do it. I really got sitting here with 3 ops to play, 4 ops. So one of them has to go back into Israel. Probably will play Roman abdication for the event. So, give me a country in Europe. Probably something I should have been a little more proactive at, stole some influence there, but it doesn't seem like we've had. Never seems like we've had a lot of ops. to socialist government. So he space destall is a way to get rid of socialist government. You know, I'm going to take it out. He takes that, you know, he puts it right back. So it's just kind of a perfect card to space. But if you have another card that's better at spacing, then you can play it and this gets repaired. And so it's like an empty round, at least for us, especially since we don't have a lot of attacking quote unquote power here. So he's going to put the influence back. Go ahead and play Camp David. I'm going to take Yugoslavia. So part of me kind of wonders if maybe I should space NORAD just to get to the next level, to try to hope to get to that next level where you can discard a card then the round. But I think being able to discard NORAD and leave it out of the deck outweighs it. So we're gonna do that. Everything's been scored except for the Central Americas. All right, Central and South America. So that's going to come back out, or not come back out. It's going to be definitely next round. You know, and then kind of looking at the board, were really those are the two areas that kind of hurt the most for us. We don't have any way into USA. All right. So he takes Turkey. We'll play Romanian. Kind of take that battleground. Maybe I should have played Summit into Spain. I don't know. First, you know, maybe kind of make them think twice about throwing a 2-op card and just taking Spain. Would at least taking a 3-op card. Might have been the play. I don't know. So, but I can't remember seeing Junta. I don't remember seeing Liberation Theology. So those cards are still coming out. Quagmire hadn't come out, so that should happen next round. Truman's still on the deck. All right. So he plays Yasuri. He takes Spain. I knew he should have taken Summit. You know, maybe he throws it all into Spain with that card too, but we should have definitely taken Spain. Just make it a little bit easier. Got 1-op. Not really specifically sure what to do with this 1-op. We can coup here. I don't really need the military ops, so I don't want to give my idea about possibly throwing one. We could throw some influence in one of the Asia countries, because at some point we're going to have to protect it because he's going to slam some ops in there, either now or if we make it to turn 10 game, because this looks like it's going to be a turn 10 game. All right. So not sure what he's gonna do. Yeah. Oh wow. So liberation theology. Um, so we can kind of throw some noise. Gives us a little anchor into Central America going into knowing it's going to score next round. Um, maybe put one in each and we go in Guatemala and give us a at least a presence there. Granted he might just coup with it. We'll see what he does. All right, so he takes Mexico. All right, so we got both the scoring cards: Cuban Missile Crisis, Nuclear Subs, Island Day, Lone Gunman. Still, not a whole lot of ops. Here's what I'm thinking: I can do Cuban Missile Crisis, and that's gonna basically guarantee that I'm not gonna lose Guatemala, and I can press some of the non-battlegrounds in Central America, and let me play Nuclear Subs without him. I don't see him taking any out of West Germany, and if he takes one out of Turkey, it's actually kind of beneficial. It'll give us a chance to take the country count in Europe. So we're gonna go with Cuban Missile Crisis. I think it will help us. So I'll drop down to 2. We take Cuba. And maybe play OPEC. We put 2 in Cuba, 1 in Nicaragua. He can't, protects us on the realignment. And then he can't recoup Nicaragua, and then we get out of Central America pretty much even. And then I'll have a chance in South America. Maybe we can try to coup Colombia or something. I don't know. I don't know if there'll be enough. I don't know if there's enough ops to do anything in South America except for take our beating and move home. Yeah. So that's where we're at. Yep. Man, that seems like the end of this game might have to feel like we just haven't had one of those monster hands. A couple 4-op cards, a couple good events where you can just really just have a huge round. All right. All right. Not sure. Seems like it's taking them a long time here. Oh no. So we're red scared. Well, we kind of hope to also space NORAD this round, so we're gonna have to hold it for another round. At least we can hold it. There's nothing really hurting us. or we're going to play OPEC into Cuba, put one in Nicaragua. We're going to now just put it in Cuba. I hope his realignment doesn't kill us. Or hopefully it doesn't realign us. Oh, so this is. Oh, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total ops, 2 scoring guards. Oh, this is going to be a brutal round. So this is a hold on round, guys. So there's so all right. We're even. We're even in Central America. No. Misses first realignment. No change. So we won the realignment. We can't let them have control in South America. We do have Allen, so we can at least repair that. So we're going to do that real quick. Kind of repair Chile. So it could have been worse. I'm surprised. Surprised he didn't maybe necessarily. Oh, no. Sorry about that, wrinkling. So he plays duck and cover for the realignment. Goes after Cuba. We lose 2. We hold strong. And we're out. So I don't really see. We have to score Central America now. And there's no tempo available where we can get over there. So go ahead and he only scores it for 2 at least. At least we had a presence. He had 2 battlegrounds. He didn't have domination or control. And that would have been nice to get out of that for even. That was a good realignment roll, but you know. Man, what to do here? Oh, man. Yikes. All right. So let's play. We've got to basically play the China card. I know the first instinct is to go after Africa, but Asia is our. We can't let that go. That's our biggest source of points right now. So we go ahead and protect Zaire because it's right next to Angola, when it's kind of vulnerable to the realignment if we just let him take it. Because then he throws, the extra in Zaire, he throws in Botswana, and he's for sure is going to realign us. Nigeria, we have a better chance of getting that back. So. So we'd like to be able to score South America forever, however he scores it for, before he can really decide to try to slam a bunch of ops into Chile, because we do not have ops to take it back. So, China card was kind of our protection against that. So now we have to hope he doesn't smell the fact that we're shaking over here with fear, because we're in a tight spot. So if we can get out of South America without, losing it for 10 or something, or 8 or 7, we're fine. If we, lose it for 4 or 5, is what it is. It hurts, but it's not the end of the world. We're kind of mindful of the score because next round, we'll have the chance to get war games if we let it get high. So we want to keep it low. Um, might even play Willie Brandt for the event just to, to throw the op into West Germany, get a victory point. So we might do that just to, kind of agitate a little bit. And also force one of his moves to at least throw an influence there. Um, so it's plays John's Paul. We've got it so protected. Didn't even play it for the event, which is nice. Takes Nigeria, takes Botswana. We go ahead and score South America. Um, it is what it is. Got to sometimes take your beatings to go home. But we'd much rather go ahead and score than let them think about flipping Chile. Because Space's Quagmire, that would have been a nice card to have gotten. Because we could have played NORAD as the event, got the ops, and then played Quagmire, got rid of it, which would have been nice. We rolled through, we knocked down Colombia, so maybe for a future roll, we can flip it. Good thing about Colombia is it attacks two different areas. You can attack Central America or South America from it. So, no. So he plays our man in Tehran for the event. Hopefully, Asia doesn't leave this deck or something awesome, Muslim Revolution or OPEC or any of that kind of cool stuff. So OPEC's obviously been played this round, so you got my idea though. So Muslim one step. Oh well. So we'll go ahead and get rid of nuclear subs while it's going to hurt us the least. So if he decides to battle to coup anything, he can't just coup Colombia back, and then he can coup a battleground, but to do it, he's got to either take influence out of Turkey or to West Germany, which I don't think he's going to do right now. I don't think it's worth it. So I think he'll we'll see. All right, so he does ask Dot for the influence. Must be nice. Not even have something he's got to get rid of. So he flips Zaire, but hopefully got a chance. So, all right, so we've got KOL 007, which might be a good card to play as our turn one if we still have the coup. Because that way we can place a bunch of influence. We can flip Zaire, for example. As long as he doesn't, yeah. And then I don't really have what I would call a great headliner. We could play person deployed and kind of throw some influence out there, kind of mess some stuff up. Willie Brandt's going to give us a victory point, which I think we need at this point, every point. But more importantly, it's going to make him at some point play around to deal with it. So grain sells, he pulls out Che. So I think if he lets us play this card, at least we get to go ahead coup. We'll get our military ops. But our hand size has decreased, and DEF CON is going to be at 2. So this changes a lot how this hand's going to play. So now, where we were going to play KOL 777 and still space NORAD, now we're going to end up having to play NORAD. Unbelievable. So we literally kept NORAD at the end of round 6. Got it round 6, was going to keep it. We only roll a 3. Not awful, not great. But half the reason we were going to do what we did with it is get it out of the deck so it doesn't happen. And now, here we go. We're about to play it for the event. And there's, and he coups Algeria. It rolls a 6. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. 5-year plan doesn't really matter at this point because we're going to have to play it. We're going to have to play North Sea oil. We'll have to space that. All right, well. So we're going to go ahead and play NORAD. We're going to flip Zaire. Try to fight for Africa up here. We give them NORAD, but we didn't really have a choice. We had to play it. Hurt. Looking at some of the cards that have been removed from the deck and an idea how it's spiked so far. Trying to think of a game plan here. We've got, most of this is probably going to be Africa. Maybe we throw some influence into Europe. Still like to have a chance to realign them out of South Africa. So we'll see. Could try to play person to deploy just to be an aggravator, so to speak. So, all right. Nice. We roll a 6. In Costa Rica. All right. So we go ahead and protect Zaire from being able to just have a 3-out card, take it back. He's got two ops here. Goes ahead, takes Botswana, throws one into Costa Rica. Go ahead and space. Ah, would have been nice to have won that. So, kind of an intense game trying to figure out where to go. So he goes ahead and takes Candace as he finally has NORAD. Would have been nice if he would have missed that. The good news is I've got, 10 ops to play, which is almost double all the ops I got to play last round. So there is that. I don't know that that was the play to do, but here's my idea: is at least it takes him a full card to repair everything, and I got a victory point, and it looks like victory points are going to be every little one I can get. It's going to be big. This is a close game. So, a couple of things. If he doesn't have a 3-out card, we're hoping to somewhere. Interesting. All right. So maybe tempo wise, he still struggles with. He gets 2 victory points, kitchen debates, and he gets to poke me. We're trying to wait on North Sea Oil to play it for that 3 ops, just so that way he has OPEC, plays it, we get the event. But more importantly is, hopefully he doesn't get to plan for it super well. I would like to do it as my last turn. However, I have to play it before 5-year plan unless I want to play lose 3 ops. So we'll go ahead and take Costa Rica, set up the realignment. Go ahead and go to Czechoslovakia to protect against tear down this wall, and then maybe we'll get lucky on some realignment rolls here with 5-year plan. So we're gonna go after Panama first. Algeria is an even roll. Nigeria is a -1 roll. Could even technically go to Venezuela. It's only a -1, but I think we'll definitely concentrate after Panama and Algeria will be our two rolls that we go for on the realignment. Oh man. So public governments for the event he overprotects Nigeria, and then he takes Greece. We'll try some realignments, and yes, we knocked them all the way out. And we've tried to set up South Africa, and it's not even really set up. Go after Algeria to even roll. Nope. And no. Man, that would have been nice to be able to win that battle. Be able to take Nigeria. All right, or Algeria, I should say. So hopefully he's got some stuff that he can't deal with, so he doesn't get to use the extra turn and needs to keep it. That is the hope. Oh no! So here's the China card. All right. So he's going to now place his next card into France also, and he's got Truman because it never came out in the mid-war. We know he has that card. The only good news is we can still do Muslim Revolution, but it's out of the game, I think. Oh, D-Stall, yes. So we've got D-Stall, which is huge. Okay, so we obviously know he's doing Truman, so we'll be able to protect it and build it back. So we'll get to go ahead and take some influence out, put it into France, repair it, and then we'll go ahead and play some in Panama. Now the big deal is just trying to figure out where to go get my influence at. Go ahead and take one out of Finland since he's got Truman. Might as well use it somewhere. He knows what's up, so he's a little disappointed. Trying to so we saved France. It's huge. It's kind of almost a testament to this game. It's how much influence, how hard it is this late in the game to not wanting to move any of your influence. So there's France protected, and then we'll go Panama. All right. So now with our coup, part of me really wants to use missile envy. I'm typing to him that I was actually fist pumping D-Stall when it came out. So definitely yelped. Sorry about my bad typing skills. So we got a decent hand. We got terrorism, nuclear test ban. So we're going to coup something here. Do we kind of go into Africa? Part of me kind of wants to go to Libya. I should have taken the one out of Libya. Let's go big. Roll to 5, nice. Ah, oh, crap, NORAD. I forgot about NORAD. God, I hope he doesn't. All right, let's look. Joking about Finland as he about to attack France. Where else would he go? Yeah, I mean, that is the obvious choice. I mean, he could also no. Yeah, he could flip Burma. So if he had Asia, he could take put one in Burma and flip it, even that out. And of course, he's got that card. I wish I would have cooed with the Olympic Games instead now. And give me back to back 4-op cards too. So we basically we can't lose France after doing all that to protect it. So we've got some ops. So hopefully we can hold on. It's a race. If I had another 4-op card, I could just go ahead and take it right now. I don't because I used it to coup because I'm an idiot. Um, Part of me wants to use salt negotiation for Muslim revolution, but that's what it is. Parts of me really wants to use missile MV2 to pull the card out. So I can't play missile envy because of we will bury you still out. So he could have it. Last time he kept it to the very end. So I think was in turn 5. Yeah, there it is. That's a round where we had missile envy. If we would have played it, we would have lost. So play solidarity. All right, so I can go ahead and take it with the East European unrest. Just sucks. It's late war, so it means he's going to take 2 out of East Germany, 2 out of Poland, and 2 out of Romania. But we'll at least have France, and that's more important than the other. He's got the country count anyway. We just now have to be a little more vigilant. West Germany and Poland. Luckily, he played Solidarity already, so that's out of the deck. Literally his last card. So that's pretty huge. And John Paul was played earlier, so um, I don't know if it's in the reshuffle or not, but at this point, I think we're going to save terrorism for next round. Hope that we maybe discard a good card of his. Maybe we can get the Iran hostage crisis, make him discard 2. If we got Aldrich Ames, we then make him discard 3, which would even be even better. Hmm. So he attacks in Africa, so we need to kind of counterattack. We'll we'll coup Sahara States. Hopefully, we can score big. We roll a 2, so we only put 1 back. Anyway, I was hoping to be able to be big, so then we could still do a realignment in Algeria. So he coups. He rolls a 4. We're gonna play missile envy. Coup back. We roll 3 this time, which isn't really that great. Definitely wanted to play missile envy for the event, but just could not. Ugh. So we're gonna play this event just in case he's got Africa. That way, if he tries to realign us out of Nigeria, we'll have a little tempo maybe to fight back. Oh, wow. He's got Europe, so we score for a point. Would have been huge. Would have flipped France. All right, we got Asia, which is nice. We will bury you. And we did get our Iranian hostage crisis. So we can play that event and then do terrorism, pull 2 cards out of his hand, which could be pretty big, which will decall. Maybe we can do liberation theology. So we've got a decent hand here where we can do a little bit of damage. We've got UN intervention, which will probably be the one card we don't play. Headline wise, leaning toward liberation theology or decall. Just kind of throw in a little, make it a little tricky. Oh no. So where is he going with this? So he can. Oh wow. So we got lucky. He rolls a 1. Feels like it's the first lucky thing that's happened to us in a while. But we're definitely fortunate there, especially since we have Asia scoring. All right, so hopefully what we can do here, we can make sure that we end up with Asia or even the Middle East. So the only real place he's winning right now is South America. So we'll coup there, see if we can flip that. What? We roll a 6. Oh, crap. I completely forgot about NORAD. Oh, how I hate you, NORAD. And I don't have the ops to take France. Oh, maybe he puts an influence back in South Africa. Please put your influence back in South Africa. Anywhere else he would go. No, he's going to take France. Ah, this angers me. Yeah, I don't have it. I mean, I could. I mean, I guess I could try to fight it with Will Bear You in the Iranian hostage crisis, but I think ultimately, tempo wise, I don't know. There's a whole lot to do. Two tries. We've still got a scoring card. Ah, I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. I'd be better. Mm. Oh my goodness. All right. So he's gonna take France. Maybe that'll give us 5. Mm. We did that. 2 4 up cards. The China card and Flower Power. Let's go ahead and score Asia. Yeah, we're hoping that we can do the Iranian hostage terrorism play to pull 2 cards out of his deck. He's still, because he had the China card and he played the China card, it's not going to flip the last play. But it makes him, hopefully, we pull something like Star Wars or Voice of America out of his hand and keep him from being able to play that as the last play. Um, hopefully we can pull his good events, and then he's got a couple crappy events that he's going to have to play. Um, you know, so right now I'm thinking Iranian hostage crisis next play, terrorism to pull out whatever his 2 cards. We played liberation theology, jumpstart us in Central America. Maybe we can go into Cuba, and then we can have we will bury you to kind of big 4 op card to protect and kind of throw some damage somewhere. Um, So maybe, so kind of, but I also like to really realign South Africa, try to keep them from being able to flip one of my little countries, like Nigeria or something. Um, but that's the combo that we'd like to do. Iranian hostage crisis, play terrorism, pull two cards, pray to goodness that they're not our cards, but his cards. Force them, hopefully, if we have any of our cards. Anyway, we're trying to pull some good stuff out of his hand. Um, play liberation theology and then finish it off and we'll bury you. This is close. This is real close. Um, I think some of it's going to depend on this terrorism play. Um, we will bury you. Maybe we can slam it into France. Um, force them to deal with that. To retake it back for Europe control. Um, versus taking us out of Asia or the Middle East. Because right now we're pretty susceptible to, you know, where I need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6 ops just to throw one extra op into everything in the Middle East and Asia. We're overprotected pretty much there. South America, 7, 8. A lot of ops. Still waiting for him. All right. So it throws 3 ops into Cuba. All right. So maybe we should play Liberation Theology a little quicker. I don't know. So play that. Protects, you know, um, Iran at least. But it does tip off a little bit that we're about to play terrorism. Ah, he plays Star Wars. Grain cells, interesting. I love grain cells. I'm surprised he didn't take like ABM treaty. So he pulled liberation theology, um, which you know, basically I can let's see what he does here. But the idea is that he gives it back and goes into okay, interesting. So now we can just play liberation theology anyway, repaired and kind of do some other stuff with it too. So yeah, big play right here. So we're gonna play terrorism. Hopefully, pull two cards from him. Uh, may 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 they be something he really wants to play. Maybe leave him something he has to deal with. This is a good game, regardless. We've definitely made some mistakes. The France one looms big. You know, the fact that we didn't protect for against NORAD there. And then early on, man, we had a chance to really just lock up the Middle East, and we didn't. That's a disappointment. So shuttle diplomacy, yeah, there's no use playing it for the event now. So we play it for anyway. So we play this event. Let's see if we pull something good. Adversary of the war and socialist government. So, uh, anyway, socialist government. I mean, so we pulled two of our own cards. Two cards are probably not going to play. Granted, Adversary of the war, Kip Davidson played, but Flower Power would have given us 2 points. So anyway, pretty unfortunate. We would have liked to have probably pulled almost anything else out. He's got two plays. Let's see what he's got. So a lot of decisions with we will bury you. We can try to protect some countries in Asia. We can throw a bunch of influence into France. Um, we can do some realignments. Okay. Hmm. So we could attempt to realign Africa. We could realign Zimbabwe. I mean, that's pretty much a guarantee. We're at a +3. We got 4 surrounding, and he's got it. So almost guaranteed to do that. And then we get to do South Africa, hopefully, too, at a +1, and take Africa. But right now, it's pretty easy to negate Asia and Middle East. We take all of it and slam it into France and make him deal with that. But then if he's got a 4-up card, he just basically, you know, well, that might be the play. Or we can just try to protect everything. We could Central America if we add a country. We'll realign. I don't know what the play is here. I wish I could see what card he had. Obviously the two cards we just saw weren't cards that he was going to play at the end. I don't think so. He still has what he has. South America, even if he flips Argentina, we're good there. Not really help us. No. Stupid. Yeah. So now looking at that, it's going to be close. Um, so the problem is that we just tried to protect everything, and I didn't have enough ops to protect everything. I should have been aggressive. So I should have slammed "We Will Bury You" all into France, and then anything but a 4-op card. He's got to take all his card, unless he's got Voice of America, and then we're just screwed. But he takes the whole thing. He has to repair France, and then we basically keep everything the way it is. We keep Asia the way it is, and I think with the repair, even, I don't know. Even then, it's close because of Central America. I still think that should have been the play. So he's got a 3-op card, which would have worked. So he throws one in Iraq, which will flip us 11, 7, 3, 4. So he's going to win by 1 point. Yeah. Man, that one hurt. That one definitely hurt.